This is the demo for catalog. Catalog is a data DAO that allows the members of the DAO to submit a CID in order to store it on Falcon. So let's go through the demo. For this demo, first we're going to submit a transaction to the DAO. We're going to submit a CID that we want to store and the size of the CID. Then we're going to go through all the process of the DAO. After that, we are going to simulate being a storage provider, and we are going to call with a seaboard that we're going to explain later a little bit what that is. And after that, that we simulate being the storage provider and approve the deal, we are going to verify that the CID is stored by a certain provider. So I have to just deploy these contracts to Falcon, to the Wallaby network. And now, so the first step that we are going to do is called submit transaction with the CID that we want to store and the size of the CID. For this demo, the DAO just have 2 members and the number of confirmations is just 1, so because it's just a demo. So let's submit the CID that we want to store. And the size of the CID, let's place 2048. Hit the transact. Okay, so that is going to be transaction number 0, and we can get the info of the transactions by calling this function. Transaction number 0, let's see. What does it say? Oh, it's giving an error because the transaction is not yet in the blockchain. So let's wait a little bit. So now that the transaction is in the blockchain, we can get access to it, and we have the CID that we want to submit, the size, it is executed, it's false, and the number of confirmations. So for example, right now if I want to execute transaction number 0, I'm not going to be able to do it because I need 1 confirmation. So let's confirm transaction number 0. Confirm transaction. Let's confirm transaction number 0. While we're waiting, at the end, we're going to verify in the data DAO that the CID is stored by this provider. So in order to verify, right now we're going to get false, but let's Meanwhile, we're waiting for the transactions to be mined. We are going to call this function this data. Nice. So let's see. Right now it's going to return false because the CID is not stored by any provider right now. So let's get some info about our transactions. So right now I have one confirmation, so now I can execute transaction number 0 and start to store the CID on the network. Meanwhile, we're waiting for the transaction to be executed. After the transaction is executed, this deal is going to be out in the wild, waiting for a storage provider to store the CID and say, okay, I stored it. I want the reward for storing this CID. So in order to simulate being the storage provider, we are going to pass this seaboard data structure that contains the CID, how long it will store the CID, and another info about the deal, who is the provider that is going to store the CID. So this is what we're going to pass it, and the address of the DAO. Let's wait a little bit for the transaction to be mined. Nice. So let's see some info about the transaction. Transaction number 0. Now it's executed. Now it's on the while waiting for a storage provider in order to pick this deal. So right now we're going to simulate being the storage provider with the market API.sol that was available in the repo. So we want to run this function, publish storage deals. For this, we're going to pass here this seaboard. And the Kali is going to be the address of the DAO. After the transaction is mined, now we are going to verify that the CID is stored by this provider here in the CID provider. So let's place the data, this CID. By this provider. Now it should return true after the transaction is mined. So the moment of truth. Let's see if this returns true. it returns true. So right now this CID is stored with this provider, and you can see, we can decode this keyboard to see how long it will store it, but now it is storing it. So that's all. That's the implementation of our app. Hope you like it, and I'll see you later, I guess. Bye.